Morning everyone, welcome back to another video. We're going to be doing a job that I would say is one of the least fun jobs you can do on the farm, cleaning bins out. So we got 5 7,500 bushel bins behind us that we're going to be cleaning out, and then 3 10,000 bushel bins over there. They all got dryers in them and they hold a lot of grain. Some of it's moldy, so it's about time we clean these bins out. I can't remember the last time we did it. The plan is to grab the auger, put it underneath the bin. We'll put a grate on top of it so that just in case we fall into it, it'll stop us from going into that auger. And then we'll be augering it into a truck. So we put some mesh in front of the auger here, just in case we do fall through the hole of the bin. Then this will stop our feet from going in there. It's pretty solid on there actually. It's gonna hopefully not slow the grain down too much, but you gotta put something in front of it. So this first bin we're cleaning out, they'll put a picture on the screen of what the cone actually looks like on the inside. There's still quite a bit of grain in there, so hopefully we get quite a bit to flow out yet. We'll hammer the outside of the hopper here, and then we'll climb in after. This is a pretty good mask, but it gets pretty hot after a bit. Everything that's left is pretty much just dust. But these bins, they're wide enough to the point where it's super inconvenient to get along the edges. We got a longer stick, but I don't know if they're gonna get to the perfect point. Anyway, we'll move it along to the next bin. That was definitely our worst bin. A lot of that dust from the O-Tulls was in there, so you can see how dusty it is coming out of the auger. These hopper bottom bins are awesome for unloading grain, but they're not fun to clean. So Maxime climbed in there now. So if you guys are wondering, that big pipe in the middle is the aeration tube. That's the fan. It goes straight through the bottom of the hopper here, and permeates air from outside through the grain that's in here when it's full. You can dry it out a bit or cool it down. Well, we climbed into this bin here, and it's got a lot less trees surrounding it, and the sun's been hitting it all morning. It's brutal hot, so we'll leave the we'll leave the lids open on these 3 bins, and they'll cool down overnight. We'll do them tomorrow morning because that's gonna be too hot. It's like 25 degrees outside right now, and when we hopped out of that bin it felt cold, so maybe should have started with these ones. This afternoon me and Dad are going to be burning that little strip of brush and grass between the 2 fields I showed you guys earlier this spring. And we just pulled a bunch of fence out of there actually recently, and now with that last bit of rain that we got, we're able to burn it because they lifted the fire ban out here. And there's a bunch of green crops in the fields, so not too much to worry about for fire spreading now. But with that being said, it's going to get dry really quick out here again, it looks like, so we don't want to wait any longer than we have to get this burning done. It is hazy here in Saskatchewan again, like super hazy, so the smoke just blends right in. You can hardly tell there's a fire here at all. But Dad's already started. So he's not using any gas. It's just that dry already. That rain was only 5 days ago and the stuff is burning this well. That's not a good thing, folks. This is crazy right here. You think, oh, this is all nice green grass. All the dead grass beneath it is burning. And then it just burns the live grass. That's crazy. So we are still gonna get that dirt work guy out here, but he said for his belly scraper, it's gonna be a lot easier if all the grass side has been burned, and it totally makes sense. Those roots of the grass are tough to deal with when you're scraping that stuff off. It's gonna make it so much easier for that guy. The way this patch of grass is it's all the way the length of the field, so 800 meters. On the south and north side, there's decent sized rye crop, so it's not burning through that at all. But along the back here, it's just burning through this living grass because there's a bunch of dead stuff there still. And it could definitely make its way into that fence line, I think, with all the dead grass there. So I'm gonna come back here and just make a strip of exposed sand so that it can't cross over. In the yard, I'm gonna pressure wash the front of our freestall barn. Cows got out at one point this winter and they walked there. You guys can also see we built this wall a little bit too short, so cows crap over the edge, and it's just looking super messy here. Cows sometimes they'll spook in that alley too, and then they'll kick some manure up and get it on the walls. Some pretty big splashes over there, but this is the bad side. Cows got in here over winter. Just doesn't look so nice. So we'll try to get this area looking new again. First going to grab all of the feed up front here and move it to the other side of the crossover, just because all this water is going to flow into the alley. Maybe someday we'll drill holes, just small ones underneath the wall there, so the water can flow there instead. But for now, I'll just scoop the silage to the other side of the crossover, and we'll probably end up having to wash this whole alley here as well. Also got to move this guy out of the way. After probably half an hour of setup, we're finally ready to go. We have a quick coupler at the crossover there, just in case we want to clean that crossover. And there's a line, stainless steel, that goes to our water room where there's a pressure washer. And we have multiple couplings like that everywhere in the barn. So there's one there, one right behind the vet room, one in the parlor, and then there's also another one right outside of the calf kitchen. But we're using it here now. I had to grab an extra line. It's kind of like way too long, but I needed that second line. Hopefully the cows don't spook too much. You know what that is? It's a pressure washer for all you guys' crap. Those are looking pretty awesome. But now we got to clean up the center alley just to the crossover point. There's so much muck here. So I'm gonna grab our Bobcats with the scraper bucket, the one we use to clean those alleys, and I'll just pull all of this liquid and solid material back. I think that's my easiest bet.